Good morning, Pio Pico Palomas. I'm Dr. Lupe Gomez, principal at Pio Pico Elementary. And with us this morning is Melannie Alvarez from Mrs. Segura's class. Melanie, can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Yeah. So we're so excited to have Melanie with us today. And we are going to go ahead and get started on our Monday morning message. And so today is November 9th. Hopefully you all enjoyed a long 3-day weekend. We have a holiday coming up this Wednesday, November 11th, which is Wednesday. There's no classes because it's a holiday. So you have another 4-day week of instruction coming up. But let's kind of get started with the quote of the week. So our quote for this week is, it is okay to not know, but it's not okay to not try, right? So we need all of our palomas trying, asking for help. If something doesn't make sense, please don't worry. You're probably not the only one that has that question. Other people in your classroom may have the same question. So make sure you just ask the question. And always, whatever you do, just try, do your best. I'm very excited for this week's author of the week. If you haven't seen any of the work from Eric Velasquez, please check out our Flipgrid so you can learn more about him. One of my favorite stories and one of my children's favorite story is Octopus Stew, in which Eric Velasquez talks about an afternoon he spent with his grandmother, in which his grandmother was making octopus stew. And in Espanol is guisado de pulpo. So it's a funny story. I love it. And so please check out our author of the week. He has a lot of other amazing stories, not just of octopus stew. So please check him out. And we have a lot of birthdays because we didn't have a Monday morning message last week, and I do apologize for that. But here we are with a new Monday morning message, and we're going to make sure that we say happy birthday to all of our palomas. Melanie, can you help me in wishing everybody a happy birthday?
Yes.
Who's having birthdays this week, Melanie?
I can't see the birthday's name.
So let's go ahead, and so I'll go ahead and do it, Melanie, if that's okay with you. So happy birthday to Diana. Happy birthday to Brian. And guess who else is having a birthday to this week? Or probably last week? Melanie. So she's in the house. So happy birthday, Melanie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Alex and Riley and Alex from Mr. Levin. Also Sophia, Nicole, and Israel. Happy birthday to all of you, but that's not it. We also have Elena and Julianne, our twins in Mrs. Prado's class. Happy birthday to both of you. Jetsali, Anai, Johan, Saidin, Haiti, Valerie, Jennifer. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Katie, and Alice, and Samantha, and Gunther, and France. Happy birthday to all of you. Woo! Happy birthday. So we know that you can, that you have just finished or you're about to finish your trip around the sun, and you will start another one with us. And so we're so glad that you're part of our Pio Pico Palomas, and we get to enjoy this trip with you. So yay! Happy birthday to all of you. Please let us know how you are celebrating your birthday. So let's go ahead and move on. So now we have our staff member for the week. And this week we have Mrs. Mojaro, who is a 5th grade teacher. And I see some amazing things in her Bitmoji living room. I see Wally, and I see some sushi, and I see a lot of pictures of family and a book. But Melanie, what can you tell us about Mrs. Mojaro?
Miss Mojaro has had many different jobs since became a teacher many years ago. She has been a teacher working at BOP school police and was even principal, but her favorite job is teaching the wonderful students at Pio Pico. She loved working with the parents and the best teacher in Santa Ana. Miss Mojaro grew up in Santa Ana. She went to Raman Elementary, Weird Intermediate, and Santa Ana High School. When she was little, her favorite book Oh, the places you will by Dr. Seuss because it really made her want to travel and explore our world. She traveled through Italy and got to ride in a camel and sailed on the Nile River. She lived in Kenya, Africa of 3 months and went to on many adventures and had lots of adventures like being chased by ostriches and baboons and she almost got eaten by crocodiles. She loves spending time with her family and she looked forward to her next travel adventure.
Thank you very much, Melannie, for sharing information on Mrs. Mojaro. So Mrs. Mojaro has traveled around the world, and she was inspired by a book she read, which is "Oh, the Places You'll Go." So that's probably why we see Mrs. Mojaro here. And that might have been in Kenya, Africa. And here's probably a picture of her in a safari. So if you have Mrs. Mojaro as your teacher, make sure you ask her some questions so you learn more about her travels and what she learned in her travels. But now I want to share with you a little bit of information or a little bit about Mrs. Mojaro's hopes and dreams for all of our students here at Pio Pico. She wants our students to have love and to find joy in exploring the world around them and to learning and experiencing new things. She wants you to always be curious and to seek knowledge, make you intelligent, empathetic, and loving adults. She wants you to believe that you have a voice and the power to make a positive change in our world. She wants you to see and think beyond the boundaries and contribute to our global society. She wants you to see challenges and even failures as just other opportunities to overcome and to grow. She wants you to develop confidence in yourself so that you can ask, why not? And then follow that up with the actions you need to fulfill your goals and your dreams. She wants you to begin now to have a vision for what you want your life to be like in the future. She knows that you should know that this vision depends on the choices that you are making now. She wants you to be bold and to believe in your utmost potential so that you can determine your own future. She wants you to go beyond what you see and imagine the possibilities you have for your future. Most importantly, she wants you to find meaning, joy, and purpose. So those are beautiful hopes and dreams that Mrs. Mojaro has for our students. And I know that if you come in contact with her, she will do everything in her power to make sure that these hopes and dreams become a reality. So know that you have support system here at Pio Pico to help you with whatever your goals in life are. So make sure that you use us as a way to make your goals a reality. So now it's time for our weekly lesson. And so this time around, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a scolding, a regañada, right? Because a lot of you, and unfortunately, many of you actually, very fortunately, are doing a lot of work in your classes. You're focused, you're doing the work, you're asking questions, but many of you are not. And so I want to make sure that we work together as a school site to improve the academic outcomes for all of us, right? And so how is it that you're going to be able to learn and grow? By showing up to class on time every day and completing your work. And so right here, this is a map. So all of you in 3rd, 4th, and 5th took a map assessment. And that map assessment was math, and then you also took it for reading. And so right now, I just want to talk specifically about math. And so what we notice is this is a bar that shows how much growth or the progress that students made. But this is the progress that the rhombus shows, the progress that we were expecting students to make. So if you're in 3rd grade, the goal was that the bar would be all the way up here. And if you were in 4th grade, up to like the number 14, right? If you were in 4th grade, the goal was that your growth was about 12. And then if you're in 5th grade, the bar should have been at 10, right? And this shows the growth that you made. But we didn't make the growth that was expected. And we're comparing when you guys last year, when you were, so for example, in 3rd grade, we're talking about 3rd graders when they were in 2nd grade compared to how they are doing now at the beginning of 3rd grade. So what we notice is that every grade level dropped. So instead of growing, you actually lost learning. And so we want to make sure that we fix it, that we work with you so that you don't continue to learn things that so that you don't continue to lose the things that you've learned, but instead you continue to learn and excel. And so if you think about percentiles, what percentiles do is the way that we can compare students to one another. And so in this case, we get all the students in the United States, right? And let's pretend that we have 100 students. And out of those 100 students, we put them in a row and say, okay, which student got the highest score? That would be number 99. So that's the person that did the best. And now what student got the lowest score? That person would get a 1. Most people are somewhere in the middle, right? So then that middle tends to be around 41. So anything between 41 to about 61 percentile is the middle. So that means you're about where most kids in the United States are performing. Unfortunately for us here at Pio Pico, our second graders who are now third graders started off at the 24th percentile in second grade, but by the end of second grade, in the beginning of third grade, they scored at the 7th percentile. So think about that, right? Remember I was talking to you about the highest number is 99, and where we want to be is 41 and above. We're at a 7th percentile. So that means there's a lot of work that we need to do. And I know, because I've been having conversations with your teachers have been working really hard. They're creating amazing lessons. They're providing you with assistance and support. They're doing small group instruction. And so now we need you to show up to class, engage, ask questions, do the work. Because we know that you're smart. We know that you're intelligent and capable, and that with hard work, anything is possible. And so we're asking you for your own good, right? Please make sure you're showing up to class. Show our community that you are responsible and that you care about your learning, right? The trend for 3rd, 4th, and 5th in math was similar, right? We had our 3rd graders at the 7th percentile. We have our 4th graders at the 6th percentile, and our 5th graders at the 12th percentile. So we're going to have a conversation pretty soon, because you'll have an opportunity to retake this test. And I want to see how much you can grow from now to when you take this next MAP assessment. If you have questions about this, please reach out to me, but you can also reach out to your teachers. Your teachers will be having conferences with your parents, and at that time, they'll be able to give you more information as far as how you did on this assessment if you have not received that information yet. So the same thing that I talked about math applies to reading. And this is for reading now. And we looked at reading in English because most of you did not take the MAP assessment in Spanish last school year. And so we'll wait for the Spanish results for the end of this year to see how much growth you're making. But again, 3rd grade, we grew about 10 points, but we were expecting to grow 16 points. So we're short from the growth that we were expecting. For 4th grade, you guys did a little bit better as far as the growth, because you made a growth of 10, but we were expecting a growth of 12. And for 5th grade, you did about a 5-point growth. We were expecting for you to make about a 9-point growth. But again, when you look at percentiles, right, when you're comparing us with other people around the nation and trying to figure out the average, and we know we want to be between 41 to 61 percentile, we dropped. Our 3rd graders were at the 22nd percentile when they were at the beginning of 2nd grade, and at the beginning of 3rd grade, they're at the 6th percentile. My 4th graders, you guys are at the 10th percentile, and my 5th graders are at the 9th percentile. So I want us to make sure that we not only improve personally, but we improve the overall percentile for our school. And we can't do this alone. So we need all of you to work with us to help improve these scores. And so what do we know? We know that our Palomas are responsible. We know that if you attend class on time every day, that you complete all your assignments, and you read for 30 minutes every day, you will make gains. Right? I can't do that work for you. I can't go to your house and make you read or make you log into your class or make you complete your work. Your parents are there for support. Your teachers are here for support. It's up to you to use all of us to make sure that you make the gains that you need to do, right? So again, we are responsible, and we're expecting all of our Palomas to attend class on time every day, to complete all your assigned work, and to read for a minimum of 30 minutes every day, okay? No excuses. And I think the weekly challenge, right? Oh my goodness, we had the most responses for the weekly challenge, which I'm so glad that all of you were able to read Evelyn del Rey Se Muda. So hopefully you enjoyed the book as much as I did. I had the privilege to read it to a class. And so who are our winners? So the $5 Starbucks cards, we have 4 winners. So we have for our winners, and sorry, Yaretsi Sandoval, Brianna H., Jimena S., and Gael A. So you guys have won $5 gift cards. And we have a couple of winners. Sorry, I got lost over here. For winners that would get prizes from our prize box. So from our prize box, we have Amy Velasquez, Silly Damaris. I said silly because she put a lot of emojis. I don't know if you can see them there, but you know, the videos are still available. You can watch them. Darlene V, and we have Alice R. So we will either be visiting your house or give you an opportunity to stop by our school site to pick up your prizes. But here we are, right? So congratulations to our winners. But our new challenge for the week is acts of kindness. We know that when you spread kindness, the world is a happier place. So we want you to help us make our city and community a better place by sprinkling kindness. The added benefit of helping others is that it is good for our own mental health and well-being. It can help you reduce stress and improve your emotional well-being. In short, doing good does you good. This week, the challenge is to get involved with acts of kindness, visit our Flipgrid to get ideas, and tell us how doing good helped you. And so what I'm talking about here is you can write a letter, or you can create a card for your grandma, your grandpa, for a family relative that may be sick. You may want to write a note to your teacher saying, thank you for everything you're doing. You may want to do a video with an encouraging message to someone. There's lots of different things that you can do. You can send a text message to someone, letting them know that you're thinking about them. So we're going to try to sprinkle as much kindness on our community as we can this week. And then your job is to then go on to Flipgrid, record a video telling me how doing that act of kindness helped you either reduce stress or your emotional well-being, or how did that make you feel? Okay. If you have questions on that, please reach out to me. The Flipgrid will be available for you to respond and join the challenge. And so now it's one of my favorite parts of the Monday morning message, which is Melannie has the student report. So Melannie, what do you have for us this week?
I have to my classmates, I saw work hard to get set goals, to continue your learning to set goals. I write down goals and then make plans to help me reach my goals. For example, I want to improve my reading skills, so I make sure to read every day for at least 30 minutes. Remember, don't use hope to improve. Make a goal and develop a plan, and you will see that with hard work you will reach your goal.
Very good. Thank you, Melannie, for letting us know what your plan or what your hopes are for our students, right? You want to make sure that everybody is writing goals, they develop a plan so they can make their goals a reality. But what are you learning about, or what have you been learning in Mrs. Segura's class?
What I'm learning in Miss Segura's class is I'm reading a Greek myth about the tale of King Midas and learning about character traits to understand characters and to answer questions in the story. It is myth King Midas learning that there are many more things beside gold that are important, like the love of his daughter.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Melannie, for that report. This is it for this edition of Monday Morning Message. We'll see you all virtually pretty soon. Thank you for your time. And don't forget to join the challenge and to learn about our author of the week. You're going to love it. All right. Take care, everybody. Adios.
Bye.